Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to be flying the C337 Skymaster, or the Skymaster 2, which has a push-pull configuration. The front prop is pulling and the rear prop is pushing. So it's a really unique and interesting aircraft from the 1970s, maybe late 60s. Just got the model off the marketplace, and you can also download it, I believe, off a third-party website. But anyways, we're going to get going, and I'm going to be pushing its limits. I'm going to see how it flies at a steady pace and how it trims, and then I will be pushing it to its limits and making it do some rolls and stalling and see what else we can do. Maybe we'll do some engine failures and see how it reacts with just one of the engines. We can also do that on takeoff and landings. But I have it all set up for us. We got our flaps down. We're on the active runway, and it looks like the cloud cover is pretty high, so we'll go about 3,000. And turn the parking brakes off. Full throttle. Got everything else in green. Because it's got a push-pull, it's not as bad on the rudder pedals here. I'm doing very little rudder pedal action, which is really useful. I also have FS passenger enabled to give it a little bit more realism in the shakes, and see how that reacts. Alright, we're going to talk on takeoff, positive rate, gear up. Very nice animation. A little bit back on the pitch. Our way to our flight level so we can do some trim and see how it handles just on cruise. Takeoff was a breeze, very easy to fly, almost like the default aircraft in Flight Simulator. Right, 1,000 to go. Very awesome details. And looks like it's all chipped and smudged, and it's got that nice 70s plastic feel to it. Alright. See if the flight model crashes if we open the window. I know it happens on the Kodiak. Oh, yeah. Can't do that. Let's start again. So you can't open the window, which is not realistic. We weren't really high. I can see that being more stress on it if you're at 10,000, but yeah, I'd like to see that fixed. You can open a window when you're only a couple thousand feet up. Gear was down. There we go. Parking brake off. Flaps 1. Full throttle. Let's try this again without opening the window. That's what this is all about, testing and putting it to the max. And as you can see, I have all the hard settings enabled in Flight Simulator. Stress, engine stress, and realistic landings and takeoff. Alright, positive rate. Gears going up. Let's push it again. Get ourselves a little bit more aerodynamic here and close the cowl flaps. Get her back up. Live weather is enabled. Looks like I got a cloud level at maybe 4,000 or 5,000. So we have plenty of altitude to mess around in. I'm in northeast Michigan. I'm taking off at Willow Run, which is near my location. So yeah, it's a great little airport where it's got a lot of military activity, or used to. One of the used to be during World War II one of the main facilities for making the B-29s and all the bombers for the U.S. aircraft. So, doesn't see that anymore, so it's not as active as it used to be. Alright, let's put some flaps up. Alright. Not gonna deal with radios right now. It's terrible in this game. We're gonna hit 3,000 right now, and I'm gonna level off and do some trimming here and see how she handles. With some minimal trim behaviors. And I'm not sure on the wind here what's going on. Still climbing. There we go. Alright. Cut back on the throttle a little bit, keep us in the green. A little bit more prop pitch. She really wants to pull up a lot of power on these two twin engines here. Okay. There we go. That's good. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we'll do some rolls and see how it handles. Give myself more throttle. No, I did not copy. Alright, we're going to do some orbits. And it looks like some passengers are getting sick with the FSrealistic. Well, alright, let's do minimal power. It's going to chime and yell at me and pull up, and we're going to do a controlled stall. Let's see what happens. It should turn on me. Yep, there we go. Okay. Give it some more power. Give the passengers some bags. Level out. Lost about 800 feet. Back up. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's do some. Alright. Seems to be handling pretty well. Let's do a full throttle stall. Let's see what happens. Gain some more altitude quickly too. Alright, full stick back. What are you gonna do? As realistic as I was expecting on that one. Still holding it back, but then turns. Okay. Almost. Realistic. Alright. Let's turn it around. Seems to be holding up pretty well. Full left rudder. Full rudder. Full left. Full right. Pretty good. Get our bearings here. Find our airport. See how quick it is before you know it. You don't know where you're at. Okay, what? Okay, gotta go left here. We traveled quite far. There's our airport. Right. Take a look at the plane on the outside. Got both props going right now. And I think I'm going to shut one off and see how it handles. Full, this is the rear. Killing the rear completely. See if the front prop will keep us airborne. quiet on the front here. Let's trim it out. Looks like the plane is increasing airspeed. As you can see here, there's no engine running on the rear right now. You can see on the RPMs as well. Fully cut off here. Okay, let's gain it back, more power. Let's try the front now. Let's see what it does. So that was annoying. A little bit more noisy with the engine in the back, but it looks like we're holding pretty steady. At about 100. That's with the rear engine. Pretty good. Alright. We can do the front cutoff too. See if it starts it. Both are cut off right now. No engine. I want to see what happens if it will start itself. Okay. Yep. Both started from just the wind pushing the prop. That's some great modeling right there. Awesome. Alright. Let's just land and see how it reacts with some hard landings. Okay, it's going to be my right. There it is. The chimes are yelling. So gear's not down. It's low throttle. Get my gear down. Just some slipstreaming to get me down real quick. Full left rudder, right yoke, center me, and I'm going to drop like a rock. Probably not the best approach, but hey, we're here to test the extremes on this aircraft, right? Long runway, so I'm not too worried. We're at 2,000 feet. Ground altitude is around 760. Right. Let's go on the runway and not the taxiway and pull Harrison forward. Full flaps. Still left rudder and right yoke. Coming in. Alright, let's do full throttle. Flaps up. What is our wind? Crosswind. Gear up. A little slippery on that approach, but it looks like it handles well. aggressive turn. Swirly. Let's full left rudder. Lower speed. Full flat, so it's out of flap range, but we'll be okay. Speed. It wants to touchdown. Right. Oh, there we go. Pushed it to its limits. Anything else you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments, and I may come back and revisit this plane. This is a great plane. It's one of my favorites. It's I'll put it right up there with the Kodiak. I'd like to keep flying this. Thank you for watching.